The headlines: India dropped punitive damages claim in a shot in the arm for troubled Windies Board. Early Friday closure for schools because of what the ministry calls industrial action. Rihanna in line for UWI honorary degree. And St. Barnabas lose in Division 1 Netball. Welcome to Nation News for Thursday, April the 21st, 2016. Thanks for joining us. Finally, a bit of good news for the under-fire West Indies Cricket Board. The president of the Board of Control for Cricket in India has said that the claim for $42 million on the West Indies after the early abandonment of the 2014 tour has been dropped. Shashank Manohar also confirmed that the West Indies will tour India next year as a make-up for the matches that were cancelled from the 2014 series. Then West Indies captain Dwayne Bravo led a players' boycott, with the team returning home after the fourth ODI against India in Dharamsala. The tour was meant to comprise 5 ODIs, 1 T20 international and 3 tests. India are due to play 4 tests in the Caribbean later this year, an indication that the two sides have truly mended fences. The news is a welcome shot in the arm for the West Indies Board, which has faced a barrage of criticism over its stewardship, even as the Caribbean celebrates victories this year in the Under-19 World Cup and the Women's and Men's World T20. The Ministry of Education has announced that all public nursery, primary and secondary schools will close at 12:30 on Friday, as the two teachers' unions hold separate meetings with their members. The Barbados Union of Teachers and the Barbados Secondary Teachers Union will be meeting with their members at 1 and 1:30 p.m. respectively. The ministry said it considers this to be a clear case of industrial action and remains unclear as to the reason for the action. The ministry said schools will be closed in the interest of students who would otherwise be left unsupervised. The teachers have apparently not taken kindly to the fallout from an incident of violence involving a teacher and a student at Ellerslie School. So Hilary Beckles wants the University of the West Indies to award an honorary degree to Rihanna. The university vice-chancellor said he would give his full backing to an award during the launch of a book he co-edited on the Bajan superstar.
I would be very disappointed in the university if in short time Rihanna was not well positioned to receive an honorary degree from this university. I would be disappointed in my colleagues if they were not to do the right thing in short time.
So Hilary co-edited the book Rihanna, Barbados World Girl in Global Popular Culture, along with Heather Russell of Florida International University. Dr. Russell said the book contains essays on Rihanna's work.
The essays collected were not some kind of facile endorsement of her celebrity. On the contrary, the contributors have widely ranging and in some cases quite divergent views on issues like artistic freedom, on the degree to which Rihanna can be read as radical feminist, on the impact of her emergence on the Barbadian cultural landscape. Despite this diversity of perspectives, though, our aim was to situate Rihanna as both artist and symbol in historical, social, political, economic, and cultural contexts, illuminating what we hoped would be a critically relevant exchange.
Rihanna, meantime, has overtaken the Beatles for the total number of weeks spent at number 1 in the US to be second on the all-time list. The singer's latest hit, Work, has scored a 9th week at the top of the Billboard Hot 100, giving her an overall tally of 60 weeks at number 1 with 14 songs, some of them collaborations. That's one more week at number 1 than the Beatles' overall total, and behind the all-time chart topper, Mariah Carey, whose record is 79 weeks. Fire has extensively damaged a Hope plant at St. Philip home. No one was home when the fire broke out just before midday. Officers and 2 tenders from the Worthing and Bridgetown fire stations brought the fire under control. 16 registered charities have been presented with checks totaling nearly $100,000 by the Canadian Women's Club. Cancer Support Services spokesman Antoine Williams said the funds for the charity will go towards training for counsellors. Alvin Arthur of the Child Care Board said 10 children from the Nightingale Children's Home will benefit from swimming lessons. Stacia Whitaker of the HIV/AIDS Food Bank expects the donation to buy fresh fruit and vegetables for beneficiaries of the agency. Government is developing a new policy framework for easing the financial burden on small and medium-sized businesses. Business Minister Donville Innes made the announcement at the launch of Scotiabank's 60th anniversary celebrations.
From my end in the Ministry of Industry, International Business and Commerce, of course, we always lament the challenges that some of your customers and some of our constituents in the industry and small business sector in particular face in terms of access to financing. And our role is certainly to create the right ecosystem that allows them to do that through legislative reforms, through the enabling environment of business support services, and wherever possible to help work with bankers to provide the right size type of financing for this sector in particular. We're about to roll out a new policy framework for micro, small, and medium enterprises in Barbados, and part of it includes using philanthropy to help access financing. Therefore, it really is very good to hear this morning that you've committed $60,000 to charity trust to help get that going.
Busy Williams has urged fellow business owners to share their profits with their workers. Mr. Williams told a forum on entrepreneurship that he was committed to the ideal in his own Williams Industries group. Workers are also offered shares after 10 years with the group. He said he did this because it encourages employees to do a good job. Students of the Lester Vaughan Secondary School have been paying special tribute to their male athletes who repeated as school's athletics champions. Top athletes were recognized along with the coaching staff. The morning ceremony also recognized top academic performance and the arrival of the commemorative broken trident, the symbol of the national 50th anniversary celebrations. MP for St. Thomas, Cynthia Ford, told the students that a number of ordinary Barbadians who are not prime ministers or politicians have played a role in the development of the country.
Or in scenic, there are some of the ones who planted the seed for us to be able to achieve this free education of which we boast, this free health that we all enjoy, this freedom of expression and movement. There were ordinary people, the bus driver, the seamstress, the postman, the policeman, the housewives. They all played extremely important roles in helping to shape the character of persons in the villages and in the various pillars of our society.
In sport, Guardian General Pride of Villa were too strong for former champion Spinehill St. David's St. Barnabas when Division 1 netball continued on Wednesday night. Villa outplayed St. Barnabas 44-32 with captain Latonia Blackman leading the way with 30 goals. Her sister Nadia Blackman added 14, and their coordination made a mockery of the St. Barnabas defense. St. Barnabas goal attack Shaniqua Thomas scored 22 goals. And finally, diners will be encouraged to eat in the nude at a pop-up restaurant, also called a supper club, which is opening in London in June. Development firm Lollipop said that its latest project, the Bunyadi restaurant, already has a reservation waiting list of more than 13,000 patrons. It will include a special changing area where visitors will be asked to store their cell phones, clothes, and other belongings. The restaurant will provide special robes for patrons that they will then be free to shed in their dining area at their own discretion. The founder said the restaurant, which is planned to operate for 3 months in the summer, is likely to appeal to vegans and naturists who want to experience true liberation. His words. And that's Nation News for Thursday. For more news, log on to nationnews.com and follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And remember to pick up your Weekend Nation on Friday or subscribe to our e-paper.